Welcome back to the Blissful Badger. Today we're going to build some Marvel Crisis Protocol model. Yeah. I'm pretty sure everything's working. Looks like it on my end. And I've got my tea. Oh. Back's a little sore today. Yay. And we are not going to be building Doc Ock because I've already built this Doc Ock. The only downside that I've seen is a few of the kits have duplicates. So, like, this is the same as CPO1, but it came out of the Spider Foes box. And let's see. The Spider-Man is also the same one in Web Warriors. And if you buy the individual 40 through 43, you get the same thing as the two Brotherhood and Uncanny. But the way that they're lined up, you have to buy all four or both to get all 8 models. Interesting, but you know, it is what it is. So, this is not actually one of the ones that I'm going to build today. Instead, we're going to start with She-Hulk and Kingpin. So, you know. Let's see, I need reference. So, Kingpin is a leader for Criminal Syndicate, and he's also in Cabal and Spider Foes. So, if I want to run Criminal Syndicate, he's a good thing to have, and he can't hurt in the Cabal set either. Affiliation. So, nice, well-rounded model. And then She-Hulk is the leader for A-Force and is also in Avengers and S.H.I.E.L.D. And since I think I have several A-Force already and more on the way, so it's good to have that as an option as well. And with the number of Avengers and S.H.I.E.L.D., well, at least the Avengers models that I have coming, that is another good option. So, 2 leaders, get those out of the way, go from there, right? instead of having instructions on how to build these guys, some of these boxes have QR codes to scan to get to the instructions. Which is somewhat weird, but there's also only the 11 parts to this model, so I don't think I can screw it up that bad. It is going to be interesting when I have to paint Kingpin's white suit. That's going to be interesting. Just, throw the sprue across the table. Whereas, I do throw the sprue over that way. Felt like it. So, it's finally winter. It is actually below freezing outside right now. Hey, I forgot to turn on my lights. That might be a little bit better. Maybe. There should be less shadows for me, at least. Mhm. I hope everyone else is having a good day. Hello. I am building Kingpin. Oof. So, yeah. So, this is one of his legs. Yeah, I have... Let's see. I have Kingpin and She-Hulk here, ready to go. And then I have... Uh, Dracula and the monsters right here for after that. And then I have some spider foes. And if we have time after that, I have Sandman and Vulture and such. I mean, Solvix, you've seen the link to all the things that I have purchased. I may not have them physically yet, but I have quite a collection on the way, so it makes sense to get a couple of leaders built tonight and have more options, right? Yeah, you do have all the terrain, though. Yeah, I went a little bit crazy for having only played one game, but it looks fun and I have fun painting minis, so even if I'm playing occasionally and I get to paint them all, it's still worthwhile, right? I still haven't had a chance to get the Uncanny box affiliation. So, which, yeah, I would definitely go Uncanny and Cable into X-Force before I do Apocalypse, because they're usable in that, but I can also use them for Uncanny and X-Force and New Mutants and such. So sometime next year, hopefully there's a restock and I can get Uncanny affiliation, and then I can do the Cable, Colossus, Quicksilver, some of those, and then I can get Apocalypse later after that. Yeah. But I think I want to do Uncanny into X-Force into Apocalypse. I think that's the order of purchases in the new year, because I did spend more than I was intending for the end of the year with all the Black Friday sales and everything that I found. So, it happens occasionally. But it is also below freezing outside, so I will at least be able to have the models built, even if I can't get them primed in the next couple of days. So, I'll have them ready for when the temperature is decent enough again. I am curious, though. Ooh. Hey, mustache. I am curious whether or not I should prime this black like I do on the rest of them, because painting white's gonna be hard enough. But, I don't know. I have a little ways to go before I have to worry about that. Oh, knights, huh? Okay. I have a couple of projects planned for December. I don't know exactly how many I'll get done. I've been really enjoying the Marvel Crisis Protocol, so I'm going to continue painting some of them out. And I do have a few projects planned for the new year that I need to set time aside to at least prep them. But I don't know. A lot of things going on. Trying to make plans and everything. Churfs. Chorfs? So, for the last month of the year, I do need to get as many things done as I can out of the yearly plan that I had at the start of the year. I'm nowhere near. I'm nowhere near done with the all armies to 1,000 points, but I mean, that's what happens when I get 2 new games and everything, and I'm working on those and all that stuff. Ooh. Enjoy the movie. And, ooh, free to watch? That's cool. I did find it interesting that a lot of these new models here don't have the instructions in them. It's a QR code to scan. Kind of weird. But I don't know. I'm just building them based on anatomy. Like, you know, there's only so many different ways you can build them. It would be nice if my back didn't hurt tonight. I think it's the cold weather. Really? I mean, most of them are already a single sheet. That's kind of weird. But, I don't know. Most of these models don't require it, so... Yeah, that makes sense. Nice. Thank you for the link, Mustache. Yeah, I'd much rather see saving $3 per if it actually costs that much. I'd much rather have the digital rule, you know, digital build stuff online and save $3. All right. Man, that is an easy thing to drop on the floor. Okay. At least it's a large piece. Okay. And at least I didn't drop my glue, right? Alright. Yeah. Well, I definitely don't have the carpet down here, but I just don't need to drop a huge thing of glue on the floor. Head, go. which way? I think it goes to the looking left. Okay. His left, not mine. All right. Yeah, I need to stop dropping things tonight. All right. I love the whole Nelson and Murdoch attorneys at law sign. That's pretty cool. I love that he's stepping on it. I mean, that's pretty cool. Once I'm done building one, I'm gonna put it over here, and then I'll build the next one and swap them out. Figured that's a good way to do things tonight. Ah, see, I'm dropping things again. What is up with it dropping tonight? Oh, that's cool. And I dropped it again. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think I have, I don't know, 40 or 50 more of these that I'd like to get. And it's a matter of whichever ones happen to be available is the order I'm getting them in. Because I might not have purchased some of these if they hadn't been the ones available at the time. Like, I love the fact that I have Kingpin. He might not have been purchased if Uncanny had been available. So, I can understand that. And where did his other hand go? Okay, there it is. Yeah, the Batman game looks okay, but I know people play this one. Yeah, yeah. I know people play this one at the game shop, so it automatically gets a higher priority than cool looking models. So If you do, let me know how the game plays. Because honestly, I would only care about Watchmen. As far as painting goes, I think that'd be fun. And as far as playing goes, I'm not too worried about it. Hmm. And I'm going to put him on one of the ones with the sidewalk access. I think that right there looks good. I usually use super glue to glue down my bases, but I don't know, maybe I should. We'll see how that works. There we go. And then properties. There we go. Change the white balance. Alright. Alright. Oh yeah, he's definitely of the larger size. There's a little bit... Oh. I need a better camera setup for, like, taking pictures and stuff. I'll work on that sometime later. Anyway. Ooh. That's cool. Yeah. What he needs is a bird to go with him. Alright, now for She-Hulk. Welcome back. I finished Kingpin, I'm moving on to She-Hulk. A Sesame Street gang for MCP? Oh, you've played the Batman one? Oh. I haven't heard anyone play it at the game shop yet, so I wasn't really sure. But I do like the look of the Watchmen minis. I don't need them. That ended up to the side of me. Okay. But yeah, the Watchmen minis look interesting. Not really interested in another game system at the moment, but I could see those being a cool side project at some point to paint them up and just have them. But I don't know. So many different games exist. Hmm. I might just stick with the Marvel Crisis Protocol for now. And Battletech. And the couple of other games that I play. Someone else nearby said that they have the Marvel Zombicide sets, and that if I have some free time, we could maybe get a game in. So I might try that out at some point. I'm not going to buy it. Supposedly they already own everything for it, so that's fun. Not having to actually have the stuff to play a game. No, there was a... There we are. I mean, that seems realistic. Other than the second half. But I guess anticipating where they're aiming. Man. Oh. That's, that seems a little bit extreme. You know, it's going to be interesting figuring out which green I want to use. Hmm. Yeah. Again, I've never played Infinity, but I've looked at it several times. I'm not against the game. Again, I don't know anyone that plays it in the area, but with the new edition and all of that stuff, I'd really like to see. Well, I mean, it's kind of a semi model agnostic game, right? Like, you can use previous models to represent other things in the game now. That kind of thing, I think. I mean, with my constant low rolling dice, that might actually be a good game for me, unless they change those rules. Uh, is it still a D20 and lower is better? Is that still the way that they do it? All right. Okay. So, one of the things for me when I'm picking up games, I don't know if you've noticed yet, but I cannot guarantee that I will have people that are willing to put money into it or paint anything. So if I purchase a game, it is always going to have at least 2 factions, or 2 armies or whatever, so that I can have games at least at some level with that in mind. I will go fairly in depth with anything that I do choose to enjoy. So like BattleTech, I've played one game and I really like it, and I own way more than you need to have 2 players playing at once. And I've played one game of Marvel Crisis Protocol, and after I receive everything that I've ordered, I could easily play several different factions all at once. Um, like, other than no duplication, you have, you know, well, once I get everything in, I'll have 21 different leaders. Um, so again, I didn't have a problem with having 4 Sigmar armies because if someone wants to play, I have that. I got into Star Wars Legion because I could get multiple of the Empire Rebel starter set, and from there it grew. So I have those 2 forces. Um, and my friend decided he wanted droids, so that worked out great too. He's still only, 3 models into building his collection, but actually building it, he owns more than that. But, it takes time, but okay, mustache. But yeah, I look at the models and they look cool, and I think it would be fun, but there is a fairly steep learning curve on how to play. It is a lot about the positioning instead of actual, like, run and charge and do and things like that. At least the edition that I was looking at. Um, but as far as some of the models go, I've looked on their website and I love some of them, but I can't tell which ones are still in faction because they have progressed the storyline, and I'm like, okay, well, this was part of that army, but now it isn't. I don't know. It's weird. So I'm not in a position where I can buy more models right now anyway. And I have plenty of other things to work on. But I'm not saying I won't ever collect Infinity. It's just not on the short list right now. And sadly, I'm not big enough to be any of the YouTubers that just got the Sandstorm, whatever, box for talking about it. Oh, wouldn't that be funny if I ever did get to that point? But yeah, I've looked at a few different things. I like um I think there was a short list of like 10 minis or units that you could purchase that really did interest me, but it was across like 4 different factions. And it was just like, yeah, that's cool, but I can't just, you know, that seems like one of those games where I need to actually have a full force, not a little bit of this, a little bit of that, go from there. Because I don't even know how many models I would need for the army, the force, whatever. Not many. I mean, I think it's what, like 10 ish? I don't know. Huh. Ooh, where was it? Yeah, I'm actually looking on their website right now. Um, yeah, I can't even find the thing that I was looking at before. Um, yeah, anyway, distracted. Hmm. Um, no, it was like some of it was JSA and some were. It was such a varied uh, lot that I can't even tell you exactly what they were. I can't even search for one particular thing and find what I'm looking for. So, but if it had been easier to figure out a single force from it, I'd still have needed to figure out what the second one was that I was gonna get. And it's like, at that point, it's so many different things. And I don't know. Yeah. Um, if there were people playing Infinity around me, like not even the game shop I go to, but closer than that, because it is, 45 minutes away. If I could have someone nearby that played, that could show me how to play and make sure we have games going on a regular basis, I would totally buy one to play it. But not understanding it and liking a couple of this, a couple of that, and not knowing what actually goes together, it's too many different steps, too many things to get everything together. So, I don't know. Not saying I won't ever, just saying not right now. I don't have to collect every game that exists. One of the units might have been Shavasti. Like a mercenaries group or something like that. Um, but there were several that were uh, JSA or something similar. Wasn't there a split of one force into a different force, and then half of the force doesn't exist anymore? And I don't know. Like, who had the bike? I don't know how many there were, but I remember there was a bike. I can confuse myself. There's enough knowledge to confuse myself with it. And then there was like a force that had 3 or 4 dudes with katana. Where does hair go? Hair goes this way. There we go. Okay, maybe it wasn't Shavasti. Or however, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. Hmm. Okay, this only has 5 pages, so let me search really quick through this. Maybe I can figure something out. Um... Uh, that. Not that. Hmm. Okay, so some of it was human, some of it was definitely not human. Um, so I think Wild Bill was one of the things, just as a cool sculpt. Um, hmm. I don't think it was the werewolf with guns. Hmm. Oh, that's what it was. Um, that's what it was. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's where it was, where I'm having an issue. Um, so there was some JSA models that I liked. There were some of that I liked, and then there was like one or two other kits. And it was like it's just enough of each that I'm pretty sure it's not actually a viable force type of thing. But yeah, that's what it was. I had to actually like type around and see to get that information, but um does foot go in that way? There's also a reason I'm not gluing right now, because I have no idea what I'm trying to do. I think it goes this way. Okay, it does. Yeah, see, I don't know what that means. Oh, wait, no, you said that it's a close combat unit with a close combat attack of 24, so unless you roll below, well, anything on a 20, but they can still do their thing, is the difference. Right? You said you automatically hit, but they can still block, or something like that? Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm learning. At this rate, you'll talk me into getting the game within the next, 3 months. I know, I know. I know what I said. I know what I said. I didn't say I would, I just said at this rate. Oh well, whatever. That's where she's gonna be. Kingpin moving to the side. Aha. There we go. Yeah, so what was it? Let go. So yeah, I liked Major Luna. I liked Dragon Lady. Went back. I liked the Shaolin Warrior Monks. I like the Mastermind. And then I like Miyamoto. I like Wild Bill. So there are models that I like. But you see where I'm going with the... There's a few here and a few there, and I still can't remember what the mercenaries were or whatever. But... So let's do this one next. I won't be able to build all of them tonight, but I can get a good number of them done. I mean, it looks like I'm taking about 40 minutes apiece, so... You know, that's decent. These ones actually have special bases that come with them, with their feet having slots, which was fun when I got to this one when I wanted to magnetize it, because it's definitely not flat on the inside. So, good thing I have the filler of the hot glue to make that work. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was. So this one's the only one that's on a 32. But yeah, it's the reason why I haven't really done anything with Infinity is just I like a few things from here and a few things from there, and no one nearby to play. So maybe eventually. 86 units. Yeah, yeah. Again, like I just named what 7 or 8 kits that exist, and how many of those could I actually take at one time, and how many would I still need to get to add to it to make it an actual force? Like, you saw how I purchased my Marvel Crisis Protocol. Like, I started with the CPO1 core set, bought a random lot, and then bought Spider Foes stuff. But yeah, it's a fun game. I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah, they're pretty cool. I've played one game so far, and because of it, I've gone out and purchased a lot of others to continue playing. I love that there's so many different options, and they're fun to build, they're fun to paint. It has good feeling to me. I'm looking forward to playing more. Yeah. So, do you have plans on which affiliations you're going to build towards? Because I've gotten one game in so far. I played Cabal without knowing anything about the game. I just built a list out of models that I owned, and I had a leader, and I played up against Uncanny, and I lost horribly, but it was fun. Nice. Based on what I've seen so far for Venom, is if you get the Web Warriors, it's... I know you get a second Spider-Man in there, but it looks like it's a much better price. So that's probably what I'm going to do, but not right now. Yeah. Plus you can run Spider-Man and Miles Morales Spider-Man at the same time. So, but yeah, being that I have a bunch of Spider foes right here, I look forward to getting a Venom as well. I usually buy a Christmas box set from 40K, but for the same price, I managed to get 14 Marvel Crisis Protocol models. So that's what I did. I was like, I could either add a few models to my 40K collection, or I could get a bunch of other options to play another whole game. And so, other whole game. Yeah, with the one game I've played so far, I'm like, I want to get so many of these models built because I might get a game in tomorrow. And the more models I have built for it, the more options I can take. Like, I honestly should be building Dracula and then as many spider foes as I could, but this happens to be the model I'm building, so this is the one I'm working on. Oh, I can't... Yep. It's so simple to go on a spending spree in this hobby. Whether you do Marvel Crisis Protocol or any number of other games, it's just so easy. So I can understand, trying to hold back, know which one you want. I am getting Emma Frost. It should be here in about 3 or 4 days. So I do want to say, Higgin, the ones that are in CPO1, the core set, there's so many little bits to build. Some of the models are really, really small pieces, but when you get into the other sets, they're a lot bigger. It's just that set has really small pieces. They get better. So don't let it scare you off. Yes, exactly. I have 2 of the ones that can mix anyone. Like I said, I think I have, once I get all the things that I've ordered as well, I'll have 21 different leaders. So, I have options. That's fine. I mean, it seems to me like a tactic card or a leadership ability. The leadership ability is usually a little bit stronger. Usually? Could be wrong. I saw a few cards that seem very powerful. But I don't know. Like I said, I've gone one game in, so I've got a lot to learn still, but I am looking forward to the Dracula Bleed list at some point. I don't have a blade, but eventually. And let's see. I do really want to move into the mutants at some point soon. When I'm able. Yes. I don't know if the A-team I could build tonight is super strong, but I will have plenty of options soon. I also, like, once I get, the Mighty Thor, that'll be cool. Hey, right? I'm not misthinking that, right? Yeah. I look forward to getting the Mighty Thor to toss in there. There's... Like, I don't actually have Gwenpool yet. But once I have Gwenpool and Squirrel Girl, that's gonna be part of my A-Force. So... It's one of those, I'm going to have plenty of options, but they haven't arrived yet. Like, out of the models I'm building tonight, She-Hulk is the only one I have. Everything else is, on its way. But I also look forward to running Criminal Syndicate with, Kingpin. There's a lot of cool models that are coming that I can't wait to build up and try out in the different affiliations. See which ones go well together and you know, just try out a whole bunch of different stuff. But yeah, when I was given the opportunity at the game shop, I could have purchased the I could have purchased one of the holiday gift box, holiday Battle Force boxes. They had the majority of them in stock, and I was just like, I only need 2 of these Tau models. I actually have a full roster of the other 2. I don't technically need the Dark Angels because I have some of the old models that could run as those models. The Dark Angel veterans could be run as Inner Circle companions. I have the old Deathwing Knights. So it's like, well, okay, I don't have the new Deathwing Knights, and I didn't have the Inner Circle companion models, and I don't technically have the Lion, but... And it's like, I don't have the Catan, but I did have all of the other... it was just like, all of these kits, like, yes, I could have theoretically had another Imperial Knight. I could have. But I have 4 Quistor's bodies and 10 Armigers. So it's like, well, that's not really worth it either. And, I didn't have the other Orc boys for Age of Sigmar. And it's just like, none of these are really that great. But, So for the same price, I just bought, all of these Marvel Crisis Protocol instead. So... in the end, I'm still getting models that I can play. It's just for a different game. And every single one of these is a special character. And they're not, $35, $45 a piece. So, I don't know. I'm also at that point where my collection is not growing very fast in 40k because I already have so many of them. And I'm not interested in purchasing any of the other full armies. So, I don't know. It's just weird. But... Like, do you know how much fun it's been to go through a full month where all I worked on was Battletech and Marvel Crisis Protocol and Starship Troopers and Star Wars Legion? You know how much fun it was to go through this month and just work on other things? Yeah, trust me. I've only ever purchased 2 boxes directly from GW. Everything else I've ever purchased has been through a third party or used. And, those GW items are the only things that have ever been full price. Yep. but it just, yeah, GW has gotten to a point where I'm not super thrilled with the models. They come out with cool models, but certain aspects, the aesthetics are just a little bit off for me. Or the box sets are not as discounted as I feel they should be, or any number of other things. But you know, it's cool to take that same amount of money and, like, if I hadn't purchased these 14 models, the same cost could have gotten me 3 affiliation boxes and a character or a unit of 2 from MCP. Like, it didn't have to be these 3 affiliation boxes that I bought. And that gets me several different options for MCP for the cost of 1 combat patrol. And that's kind of crazy to think about. So, yeah. Like, getting all the terrain and everything, that's great. And you know, I did buy Hivestorm. Like, I'm not anti-GW, but it does kind of feel like they're pricing themselves out of my purchasing area. And it's not like I'm not able to afford it. I find the alternatives much stronger at these prices. I don't know. It's just weird. But it's just nice to have that variety. Back to dropping things. Yeah, my local game shop has... Alright, have a good one, Gigan. Thanks for showing up. My game shop had a lower quantity of models on hand, but I was there and I wanted to buy things, so bought things. Could I have waited on the monsters? Yeah. Was I going to buy them eventually? Yeah. The fact that I had a solid core for Criminal Syndicate and Cabal already, and purchasing into Spider Foes, yeah, that made sense. There's a lot of overlap in those 3. So, with the things that I already had. But it made sense. Yeah. There are several models for MCP that I'm zero interest in getting. If they showed up for $5 a box, maybe I'd buy them. But at the same time, I don't need them. So I think that's also a good thing, you know? Things that don't look, that don't interest me aesthetically, I don't have to buy them. I'm sticking to the crowd. Fix it, quick. I don't know why every now and then I stick to the plastic glue. Is there a reason for that? Am I just putting too much on there? Uh-oh. Nope. I don't like how that's going. Step away from the problem, come back to it after I do something simpler. Welcome back. Everyone else just took off for a moment, getting tea and heading out and stuff like that, so I'm just gluing up a model before moving on to the next. Yep. I was just asking, is there a reason why I occasionally stick to the plastic glue? Am I just using too much of it? Am I not being careful enough? Oh, why is that so there today? All right. Okay, let's do this one. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if I touch the plastic, it just starts sticking. I don't know. Maybe I'm just putting too much of it on there. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So, I just... I don't have any game planned tomorrow for Marvel Crisis Protocol, but I figured however many I have built up is that many more options, and I'll bring them in case after the Crusade game I have someone that's willing to play. So, no, it happens even on other models. I think I just put too much glue on there. And I don't think it actually sticks to me. I think what it does is it's actually melting the plastic, and the melted plastic is sticking to me. I think that's what's happening. So I'm probably just putting too much down. So, it is what it is. I mean, a year ago, I was still using super glue to build these things, so... At least I've progressed to plastic glue, right? Yeah, it's been a nice night. Just relaxing, listening to music. Building minis. I do wish my back wasn't so stiff right now, but I do think it's the cold weather. That stiffness from old age and all that stuff, right? uh, yeah. Wait. I finished building the mummy and I'm working on the werewolf. Not that I can lead the Midnight Suns right now, but I don't know. It's the models that I have open and next to me, so I don't know. I might do Sandman next without even doing Dracula. I don't know. I mean, honestly, the best things I could do would probably be Green Goblin, Dracula, and what? What's the other one? I don't know. Doing those two would probably be the best use of my time, but best and hobby don't always mix, so I don't know. Yeah. Oh, not that. Yeah. I should theoretically be doing Green Goblin and Dracula. I don't know. Maybe I'll see if I can do that. I got another hour, right? I mean, I'm enjoying building. Just the fact of building is being enjoyed. So it makes sense to get the ones that are more likely to be playable done first. But at the same time, I don't know if I have enough to do Spider Foes. So maybe I should do Dracula because I can do anything, and then I don't know. Sandman? I don't know. Sandman also has his constructs, so I don't know if I can get them all done. Never expected to get the monsters? What do you mean? Like, you never planned on it? Or you never expected them to make them as minis? But please, just a little bit more. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, it is kind of a weird one. Out of all the things they could be doing, they made these. But I'm pretty sure they've sold quite a few of them because, I mean, they are cool. And they are known. Like, so many people know what the monsters are, so... Or at least, you know, a version of them. So, just like how I want to get the Watchmen models for the other game, it's not like I want to play the game, but I know who the Watchmen are, and those are cool models. So, probably getting a lot of cross sales with this set. Yeah, I mean, the fact that they had them at the game shop when they had so few other things in stock, I was like, yeah, yeah. Like, based on what I've heard, the game shop's not going to have another restock in a little while. It's going to be probably another couple of weeks. So I don't even know if they'll have a restock before Christmas. Which is weird, but I'll know more tomorrow. But yeah, how could I have... That's just weird. I don't know. I'm thinking weird thoughts about the game right now. Uh, like they didn't have Brotherhood or Uncanny at the game shop, but they had the monsters. Yeah, that makes sense. It's also possible that um they have a different calendar for the business. The business year might be different. And if that's the case, that I could understand them doing the instead of the best quarter at the end of the year, they could be doing the best quarter beginning of the year. I don't know. That's me just hypothesizing on things I don't have any clue on. So, oh, was it that one? It is this one. No? Uh, which arm is which? It is this one. Okay. Wow. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah, they're doing Gladiator, right? I think it's cool. I don't quite understand why they do the order of models that they do. Um, I think it's interesting that they're going to do more a new Black Bolt model. Um, when they already have Black Bolt and Medusa, and then they come out with another one, it feels kind of weird. I don't know. I feel as though they have options and they don't fill out all the options they could, and then I don't know. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm just saying, like, a second Black Bolt instead of I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, well, it's gonna be better if they do that when the movie is coming out. I mean, they did the original Human Torch with another Captain America. Like, how many Captain Americas do you need? Um, uh, yeah. Um, and like, I'm surprised they haven't done some of the lesser models. I don't know. I can understand they want to sell the things that are going to sell the best, and they have licensing and everything. I do understand that. Yeah. Huh. So there are two heads. And they're both the same. Hmm. And the music. Right. Hmm. Okay, this one has a lot of little fiddly things to clean. Yay. I mean, they also have to make sure that they have to make sure that the things are balanced to at least a certain extent. They don't want to have things come out broken. I don't know. Dracula! Um... I think I'm good with just collecting and painting and playing for the moment and not worrying about the long-term plans that they might have, who they might come out with. I think there's enough options out right now to keep me occupied for a while. Like, the real question is, if they came out with a Morbius, would I purchase it? Getting everything would take a while. You might have been getting tea when I said there are probably 30 or 40 of the models in MCP that I have no interest in. And that means that it would probably take them being around me at like $5 a piece before I'd even consider. So, I mean, I'm not looking to have the full collection all at once or anything. That bit right there is super thin. I can see that snapping easily. Just from cleaning this, I could see it snapping. Mm-hmm. I successfully cleaned it without it snapping, but that doesn't mean anything. Well, I mean, based on what I currently have, and what I like of Marvel, and what they have out, yeah, there's several that I'm not at all interested in right now. And the majority of that is perfectly fine. That I'm not interested in it. Because it is such a huge set of minis available. So oh, 100%? Whoa. Yeah, I'm going into this not as a completionist. Oh my goodness, that's gonna not even withstand cleaning. Ah, these bats. These bats, I tell ya. I can't even clean this because it's so thin right here. These bats are gonna have a problem. Yeah. If, for some reason, my Dracula ends up with no bats on it, you understand why. I mean, I'm still going to attempt to build it with the bats, but if they break, I can't guarantee that I'll try to glue them back on. They are extremely thin. Like, this attachment point is just the tip of that wing. There's, like, nothing there. Focus. Focus there, please. No? Ugh. Oh well. Yeah, that looks cool. That does look cool. Yep. Oh yeah, they have the Sanctum Sanctorum and the Quinjet and where was Weapon X? They have a Weapon X facility. They've got several pieces of terrain. There's a Spider-Man versus Doc Ock that happens to be the same Spider-Man and Doc Ock that I already have. Yeah, the terrain is really cool looking. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Yes. Yes. Anyone who wants to see these pictures post, join the Discord. Okay, sorry. I had to. I had to. um. Yeah. So that's interesting. There's not. Yeah, okay. There's still a lot of Marvel out there. Yeah? Probably a better job than I'm doing. But I am having fun doing it, so. Yeah. I would expect to see um probably a affiliation with them and an affiliation against them. I don't know. I know that there's supposed to be one, but I don't really know when. Oh. Well, that would be just outside of what they're announcing, right? Are you sure it wasn't just a hobby created one? I know some people make their own. Unofficial. Unofficial. There we go. The word. I remembered it. I need more tea. No, if they have a Fantastic Four and anti-Fantastic Four affiliation, that'll be a worthwhile purchase halfway through the year. I mean, I don't know of any other huge purchases I would be making in July. Cough, cough, HH 3.0. Oh my goodness. Okay. When building Dracula, be very careful. This thing is so fiddly. Let's see. So, if it's just two, I could see Doom and Silver Surfer. Who else would it be? See, I will be honest, I've not read as many Fantastic Four as other comics. Yeah, honestly, the only thing I know about the Fantastic Four is that there was used to be a occasional fifth member. When some of the others weren't. And that was, what, the animated series way back in the day? I don't know very much at all about the Fantastic Four. Like, I've watched some of their movies, but that's not really saying much. Wow, we're great about, lore on Fantastic Four. Oh, you know what would be cool? How about, the Savage Lands? Can we get the Savage Lands? Valkyrie. Really? Huh. Well, yeah, I mean, he's an anti-hero, isn't he? More than a villain? At least in some of the stuff that I've read. Man, these... That doesn't look right. That doesn't look right at all. Ah. That looks better. Quick, before it dries, rotate the arm 180 degrees. I had him holding it upside down. Okay. Yeah, this is a weird kit. It's very fiddly. The other two from this that I put together were nice and simple, big chunky things. This one's all over the place, has pieces that want to break off on the mildest amount of effort. I don't know. And I rotate it again. Well, yeah. Okay. Dracula is built. And if I get him angled just right, maybe we can see him? Oh, there. Yeah. Let's see. 20 minutes? I don't think I have time for Green Goblin, but I should be able to do Frankenstein's monster because it's 8 pieces. So I think I can do this one. No, what I remember from way back is Fantastic Four sometimes had crystal in it. Oh, hey, remember how I already purchased Crystal? Yeah. Um... It's one of the reasons why I did. I mean, like I said, he's kind of an anti-hero in the fact that he's against some of the things that have happened, but, you know, like, I don't know. I think, at least in the movies, the Fantastic Four movies and stuff, he's not really a villain as much as he has a different outlook on what's going on. It's kind of like Magneto. A lot of the time, Magneto's been considered a villain, but he's really just another angle on how, I don't know, maybe a different level of ethics, but not really a villain. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's not black and white, and I like that about some of these characters. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm also going by a lot of the comics that I read are from like 92 to 97. So that and TV shows is most of what I go by. Yes. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm being distracted. Thank you. Oh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Let's see. I'm being distracted. Being distracted. More distractions. Huh. Yes, I agree. Okay. Yeah, I went through their catalog real quick just to make sure about that. Some interesting things though. Okay. But where was I? Yeah. Between the movies and the cartoons and a couple of comics that I did read and just the random knowledge in when you read things that are kind of similar, you know, not too far tangentially. I mean, I know some, but not enough. So, I mean, there's always the possibility that, you know, over the next couple of days, I read up on Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom and see what other options there are out there. I mean, that's kind of one of the reasons why I thought Gladiator was an interesting choice. It's like, are we going into the Shi'ar Empire? Are we gonna get Kree? Or Skrull? Like, that opens up several other options. So I'm just curious. Yeah. I still think it would be fun to get the models needed to run Excalibur. I mean, we really just need a Captain Britain box, right? At this point? And I'm even gonna go crazy. I think they should do a Captain Britain box with Captain Britain in it as the alternative model. I mean, there's enough Excalibur members over the course of all the different Excaliburs that that's totally doable. They just need a leader. And having both of them as the leader could be pretty cool. So I think that would be a fun thing that they could do, is just open up a couple of other potential teams, affiliations, that have existed over time. It wouldn't take that much to add 1 or 2 more characters per each. But again, they'd have to make sure it balances enough that it doesn't create, you know, horrible rules complications. So, I don't know. Yeah. Um, I mean, you know, there's already Nightcrawler and Psylocke and what was it? Was Quicksilver part of that? Uh, Shadowcat was already there. I mean, so there's already models. It's just, you know, getting a leader. Magic, right? Magic was also part of it. Yeah, when I know more about Excalibur than I do Fantastic Four, that should show you where my knowledge base is for Marvel. Um, okay. Let's put this monster together. No, like part of the comics that I read back in the day were the 2099 comics, the original lineup. So like Ravage and Doom and Punisher 2099 and X-Men 2099. So like the information that I have for comics is definitely not the most known stuff. It's just a miscellaneous stuff that existed at the time, which I don't think is a bad thing. I still think Ravage 2099 was sad. The ending. Almost all of the DC stuff I know is based on TV shows and movies. Um, a little bit extra, but I do find it fun, all the different aspects that come together, and it's like, yeah, I've watched this, and I've read that, and I've collected this, and we can chat based on that information. Like, we don't have to have perfect overlap to talk about these things, which is great. Yeah. Why can't I mount the right arm on the left socket? Aww. It depends on which one. World of Darkness. No? All right. Well, 3 hours. And 6 minis built. That's not horrible, right? Wait, hold on. Okay, World of Darkness is... Is World of Darkness Vampire the Masquerade and its other role-playing games? Or is it a separate game? Because I know of Vampire the Masquerade and White Wolf and Changeling, The Lost, and all those things. Okay, I actually played a game of Changeling at one point. I couldn't figure out the hedge safety borrow thing. But yeah, I've played that. I just didn't realize it was called World of Darkness. I don't know. It seemed interesting, but I don't think my GM understood it enough to explain it. So it was kind of a middling game system for me. It wasn't bad. I just didn't quite understand it. I also don't remember exactly when I tried it, so it could have been years and years ago, and it might not have even been in person. It might have been one of the text-based ones that I did. So man, I got 6 more models built. Okay. Yeah, it was like if you use a point of your something, you could do this for a short period of time, but it had poor um like the drawbacks to it were worse than some of the benefits, and it was like it was weird. And like it looked like just to get a basic burrow, I think it was a burrow created, it was like you had to play for like 15 sessions, and it was like I just want a nice little place where I can go hide every now and then, and it was weird. Yeah, like I'm all for more human type interactions, not superhero type things, but at the same time you'd just be an NPC at that point. So it's kind of weird. I don't know. I wouldn't mind giving it a shot again, but it would require the right group for one, and the right mindset going into it, I think. But yeah. So I have 6 more models for the next game. 3 of them are leaders. And the other 3 don't actually fit into any of the affiliations I have, which is kind of fun. Yeah. Until I get Blade, I don't actually have that as an option. It's funny. But yeah, I'm thrilled with what I've gotten done. And I'm going to not build any more, but if you want to hang out and talk for a few more minutes, I'm okay with that too. Hmm. I mean, okay. uh, that sounds pretty fun too. But yeah, I played a lot of second and third and 3.5. I tried fourth, it was weird. Um, fifth edition seems okay. Um, I did Pathfinder, did Changeling. Um, still want to do Serenity RPG. Yeah, fourth edition was pretty much playing a computer game without a computer. Um, but yeah. I am curious how these guys are gonna run in my next game. Like, am I even gonna take any of them? Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I want my role playing games to be role playing games and my computer games to be computer games. I'm still not a huge fan of Fifth, and it's almost all just fighting. Like, I want more than just a, on the table fighting game, simulator. I want to actually role play in my role playing game. So, my current DM is doing a good job with that. He does, puzzles and side quests and stuff that don't just mean attacking everything that gets in your way. So, that's pretty cool. Um, like if I'm gonna do simulator, I want to do tokens, play a game. So, you know, that use the mind, not just the sword. Kind of cool. Not for everyone, but yeah. See, that sounds fun. Hmm, that's pretty cool. But the old school essentials. I've heard of them, but I have not played anything with them. It feels weird not actually hobbying right now. But one thing I did, since we're still on, while I was getting everything ready, since I only have these models, but I know I'm getting more, I actually went ahead and took all of the spare bases and magnetized them all. So when it comes time to build more of them, I don't have to get out the glue and the magnets anymore. They're just already ready. So I figured, hey, if I'm already doing it, might as well just get them all ready. Once I get more of them in, I'll do all of those too, but at least I don't have to do it every day. So, um, oh, what game was it? The last D&D game before the current one, we did an island where we get shipwrecked, and we had we always had a spare character made up because we could die and get shipwrecked in a new ship as it was going. And my character survived until the last session where we didn't have a way for me to get in with a new character. So I actually sat out the last session. I was like, can I be a ghost? Can I roll to inspire? Or um I was playing a bard. Can I roll to inspire as a ghost? Because it was the last one. And it was so sad. Because everyone else got to come back in, and I happened to be the one to get killed early on in the final session. And it was just like, no. Ah, it was fun. It was fun. But, and that had to have been, ooh, that might have been almost a decade ago. But, uh, you know, campaigns are like that. Some really good memories, even if they are that long ago. I'm looking at these and I'm like, Raven looks cool. Yeah. Ooh. Sending me all these things to watch later. Yeah. Well, let us know how it goes. Because it does sound fun. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go make some tea and, you know, evening stuff. Maybe build another model. I don't know. But probably not, actually. Might watch something. Because where is it? Because honestly, if I built 6 in a session, this is at least one more session, maybe 2. And I can just have fun with those and hang out again. So I might just do that. So, yeah. So, thanks for hanging out, and I hope you enjoyed watching me build some models and we got to talk and, you know, I got to look at more models from Infinity that I do like the look of, but I don't think there's enough for a single faction. I think if I actually went through and picked out every model I enjoyed, I still wouldn't have a full faction. So maybe that's not true, but still not something for the rest of this year, maybe next year. But anyway, thanks again. And until next time, I hope you find your bit of bliss. Good night. Yep, I do have to find players if I want to play it. I do not need to be buying 3 or 4 different armies for Infinity.